hopefully this all goes well. There's no disconnects, there's nothing going wrong. Because I've been having a lot of problems as of late when it comes to my PC and recording videos on live streams and everything. There's just way too much to go into. But welcome back to Twisted Reality. Just before I get into the video, I just want to say that it might not be staying as Twisted Reality. Don't like how the name makes me feel now. It seems sort of like aggressive. I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to portray what I mean by what I mean. You know? So yeah, that it might go through a name change. Maybe. But yeah, it has come to 2 years. It has been officially 2 years since Sebastian Rogers went missing. And I've watched a lot of I've watched a lot of everything when it comes to Sebastian. He's probably the one case that I've kept up with the most, not just on this channel but on my paranormal channel as well. I've done other videos, I've spoke about other cases and everything, but Sebastian Rogers is the one, for so many reasons, is the one that sort of like stuck with me the most, and I think it always will. I didn't mean to say it. I think his case always will, and Sebastian himself always will. There's connections there with being on the spectrum and stuff, and just that type of thing. I sat for a while and sort of like thought about what I was going to say, what I was going to speak about, and because I never write scripts for my videos, but sometimes I'll sit back and I'll be like, before I hit record, I'll actually think about what I'm going to say. And I had all this thing, all these words and everything in my head, and I want to say it. I want to say some things, and I'm trying to figure out a way to say it. It's been 2 years, right? This lad has been missing 2 years, and there are a lot of theories out there. I've put forward some of my own theories, theories that I've not seen a lot of people talk about. I have one main theory that still rolls around in my head, and I'm not convinced of it totally, but I think it's a possibility. It's been gone 2 years. It's been 2 years. There has been so many searches, dogs and humans, like a lot has gone on to try and find Sebastian Rogers, and nobody has found Sebastian Rogers. There's been theories that he walked off, into the woods and stuff like that. Nobody's found him. Like nothing. And there's always a possibility that he's gone further than the searchers have gone themselves. I get that that's a possibility, but there's nothing. There's nothing. There's no sign. There's no evidence of anything. The only evidence that we actually have is that he's not where he's supposed to be. And I'm sat here, and I've thought about this on and off, and I've thought about it a lot today before I hit record. At some point, we've got to change the way that we're thinking, because there's been a lot of searches, both dogs and humans. So much has gone on, so much like technology and stuff like that that's been used to search for Sebastian, and nothing has been found. Sebastian hasn't been found. There's been no clothing. There's been nothing. Right, and I know dogs have picked up certain tracks and stuff, but it's led to nothing. We've not found him. So it's either the workers, the searchers, both volunteer and law enforcement official, searchers, are all not doing the job properly. It's either they're not doing the job properly, or they're not doing enough, and there's been a lot done. There's been a hell of a lot done, but it's either they're not doing enough, and they're not doing the job properly, like the crap. I'm sorry for saying that, but it's either that, or somebody else has made Sebastian disappear. Now, maybe he left his home. Maybe he left his home on by his own choices, like his own will. But it was dark, it was late, and maybe an opportunist has come across him. Or maybe a neighbour. Maybe a neighbour knows more than what they're actually saying and letting on. Maybe that's the case here. That's one of my theories. That maybe there's somebody close in the vicinity-wise, like close to where they lived at the time, that knows more than what they're saying. And not a lot of people are talking about that. People have mentioned stuff here and there, but nobody wants to accuse anybody. And I think 2 years is enough. I think 2 years is enough. And it's time to start not accusing, but talking about other things and other options and other possibilities more and more. Because all the others, all the mainstream theories, you know, if you want to call it that they've come to nothing. They've come to nothing. We've not found Sebastian. So all that, and I appreciate the work and, you know, and everything, but, like, it's come to nothing. So maybe we start talking about other things now. Maybe it's time to stop, like, worrying about hurting people and offending people. And when I say hurting people, I don't mean physically. I mean emotionally. Because Sebastian is the main focus and he's not been found. You know? So either all the searches, all of them, both civilian and non-civilian searches, all the tech that's been used, the dogs, everything, either they're wrong or just not doing the job properly, right? Or somebody has made Sebastian disappear. An opportunist, somebody who saw him, I don't know, like people, those type of people are out there. You know, a lot of people out there that don't like to think like that, oh, no, you know, we don't want to think like stuff like that happens. Stuff like that happens. It's sad, but it's true. Stuff like that happens. So, again, either all the searches are crap, or something else has happened. And that's why we've not found any trace of Sebastian. Like, no remains. Nothing of Sebastian. Could he be still in the construction yet? Absolutely. It's a possibility. I can't totally do away with any theories, you know. Anything could have happened at this point, but I'm not totally subscribed to that theory either. I would hope that if the law enforcement, and I don't just mean local police, I mean FBI, all that kind of stuff, if they had enough evidence to say that he might be there, that they would have done some sort of radar or dug somewhere. And if they haven't, I would hope that it's because they don't have enough evidence, you know. And they most likely do have evidence that we don't know about. So we're judging them on what we know. And I get that's hypocritical because of what I've just said. But there'll be a hell of a lot that they know that we don't. So maybe that's why they've not searched there. Maybe that's why they've not dug there, done radar there. And if that is the case, in my opinion, it means that the possibility of somebody disappearing Sebastian after he's left his house is an even stronger possibility. It is. It's an even stronger possibility if you take into account that the law enforcement probably do have a hell of a lot more evidence and, you know, clues than we know about. And maybe that's why they've not dug or searched there and stuff, you know. Maybe they know a lot more than we don't, you know. I don't know if I said that right, but you get what I mean, right? So, what is it? I think one of my main theories, probably the main theory, is that, for me, that he left these at home. For whatever reason he left, I don't know, but I believe he left on his own, by his own will. And then somebody did something when he was away from his home. Somebody did something to him. Right now, and I reserve the right to change my mind based on new evidence and facts released, but right now that's the one I'm subscribing to. I think it might have something to do with a neighbour. Who else would know that area well enough? You know, think about it. But that's just my take on things. He's been missing 2 years. And all the theories that we've had before, all the facts that the police and law enforcement and civilian searchers and that have used, to do the search and stuff like that, and decide where to go and all that kind of stuff. It's not worked. You've not found him, and it's either you're not doing your job well enough, or he's not out there because something else has happened to him. 2 years of searching, nothing's been found. No remains. No, I hate to say it, but no skeletal remains either. Like nothing. So is he out there? I think there's a very strong possibility that he isn't, because something else happened to him when he left, after he left his home that evening, that morning, that day. He left his home for some reason. And it was, if he left by his own will, and I do believe he did, he was very sneaky about it. So I think it was a reason that he didn't want. The reason I think the reason why he left his home and why he was being sneaky about it is because he didn't want his family knowing why he was leaving his home at that time. Maybe there was a love interest. Maybe there was. He left his home by himself, but he was asked to leave. Come meet me. Come do this with me. And then something's happened when he's gone out. Nothing else has worked. You can't find him. So either you're not doing your job right, searchers, law enforcement, you're not doing your job right, or he's not out there. He's somewhere else. It's just my take on things. I'm just checking the time, see how long I've been recording, but it's just my take on it all. I might be wrong. There's that possibility. However, I think there's a strong possibility that he's also not out there, and that's why he's not been found yet. There'll be a lot of people out there on YouTube, in this corner of YouTube of ours, the true crime community on YouTube, that don't want to say that. But I think, he's not been found. And there's been a lot of searching, and he's not been found. So is he even out there? I think it's a very strong possibility that he isn't. But you tell me what you think. It's been 2 years. Somebody knows more than what they're saying. Somebody knows more than what they are saying. They know more than what they are letting on. My opinion, as they say in this community on YouTube, in my opinion, I hate that saying, but in my opinion, I think that's a very strong possibility. What do you think? You tell me what you think and what's going on. Tell me in the comments below. And if you haven't already, if you've got to this point in the video and you haven't already, you don't have to, but it would be greatly appreciated. Please consider subscribing, or head on over to my paranormal channel and subscribe there. It's called Paranormal Evidence True Crime. So I do like ghost boxes and that lot on true crime cases. I've done quite a bit on Sebastian. There's videos over there. There's a playlist over there. You can find it on my channel. You can go and watch that. You don't have to. But again, it would be greatly appreciated. Again, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. I'll put the links to my other channel down below. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.